Alright, so in the last video I went over paper tile maps, and now we are going to work on animations and animation transitions. So all we need to open is within our character, we want to get the um, main character blueprint and the anim blueprint, so the animation blueprint by PaperZD. Upon opening it, you'll be shown just this output animation with nothing connected. All you need to do is drag offs, search add new state machine, and I'd recommend naming it something like locomotion or movement. From there, quickly we are just going to double click event graph and do a cast, perform a get owning actor, cast to main player controller, and then drag this up and promote to variable. This will come important later when we need to start accessing some variables from our player controller. An example is within my character, I need to move all of this into my player controller. So just imagine this is the player controller. I have a lot of booleans that indicate various states, whether it's attacking with magic, bows, and so on. But I need to access those booleans to understand what's going on, and that will be done by casting here and then being able to pull from here and getting some of the variables. In fact, we can see here, if you come into the main player controller, add a variable, we can then access this new var and use it for whatever we would need. This will be very important in the future. So we're going to double click into locomotion. You will have nothing here. All you need to do is drag from out animation state. You may do this how you'd like. I have my own recommendations. You can create just an idle. Come in here, search idle. This will play idle. Looping the animation is good. We have play rate, and start position. These can be used for things in the future. They are not important now. We can drag off here, make another animation state, and name it running. Do the same thing where we put a running animation. However, we start to run into a problem. This is what we refer to as a transition rule. It will dictate how we go from idle to running, but it's a one way. So we need to drag from here and go to the outer box and have another transition from running to idle. This gets complicated if we want to add lots of other animations. If I want to add a jump, I now need a way to go from idle to jump to idle, from running to jump, from jump to running. If I want to add a fall, now we have a very complicated, very convoluted animation state machine. So we're going to get rid of that and hop into here. I have named an idle / running and a jump / fall. They're going to each other and back. Within the idle running, I pull from here and just search bool, and this lets us select an animation by a boolean, so we can pick one or the other. There are plenty of other ways to select animations. You can select by an integer. You can have some type of an integer that allows you to go second. Okay, it's not going to do it. It just allows you to select more than one animation. I honestly haven't used this, and I know there is a way to have multiple animations, but for now, we're just focusing on the boolean. I am doing a get player character, so this is going to get your actual character within the world, like it will get you. We want to then, we'll ignore that for now. We want to get velocity. If you get velocity, this is how it will normally look. This is a vector. It's also a form of a struct. I will explain structs later. So we can right click it and split it. We want to check the value of the x velocity of our character. If it is equal to 0, we know we're not moving, because we can only move left and right for running. Therefore, 0, we are idling. If it is not equal to 0, if 0 is false, it means we are moving somehow on the x axis, and therefore we must be running. We must play running. These can be left as looping animations. That is fine. We're going to hop over here within the jump fall. We want to do the same thing, however, we're now checking the value of the z velocity. If this is greater than 0, remember z, when we learn in school, it's usually x and y, but within Unreal, it's x and z. Z is verticality. We want to check if it's greater than 0. If this is greater than 0, it means we're moving up. Therefore, we are jumping. The jump animation we do not want to loop. We want to play it once. Otherwise, we'll just continuously loop this jumping animation as we're going up. If it's false, we are falling. We want to have a looping fall. Perfect, so we have those set up. Now we need transition rules. We need some way to go between these types of animations. In here, we do a same get player character, and I search is falling. Is falling is a built-in movement component. It is not falling as you would think. It does not mean a negative z velocity. It does not mean going down. It means a z velocity that is not equal to 0. So either up or down. So we check this. We could also do this actually by getting velocity. Splitting it. And getting this. And this would function the exact same way. We get the velocity, and whenever it is not equal to 0, so any point, if it's -1, -2, 1, 3, 5, doesn't matter. Any point that it's not equal to 0, that means we are in some way in the air, going up, down. So we could use this, and it would function the exact same way. I just like this because it's a little more straight. It just looks nicer. That's purely why. Now we would just need the opposite, going back from jump to idle, from this to this, we need the opposite. So a simple not will allow us to do that, and we can do the same thing, getting velocity in the z-axis, except this time we can just do is equal to 0 at any point that the z is equal to 0, we can just transition back. This would function the same way. Once again, I like this just because it's just looks a little nicer in my opinion. Oh, and what I just did there, we can have all of these kind of in a mess. You select them all, press Q, it will quickly line them all up. It's a nifty little thing. Perfect. Now we go into the game and we move around. We're moving around. You can ignore all of that. This debugging stuff is for my procedural environment. We're now having our animations transition. This is perfect. Obviously, it is not going in the correct direction, but we see here, I have a jump, I have a fall, I can be moving and jump. Excellent. This here error, we can ignore it for now. It is a very simple fix, but it revolves around something I will cover in the next video. Okay, if we go into the actual character's blueprint, we are going to change the orientation based off of direction. There's a few ways to do this. Some people will do it with blueprints and setting your sprite's direction. I prefer to do it with the just Unreal class settings way. If we select character movement, we can search in rotation, and we have this character movement rotation settings. We can select orient rotation to movement, and we can then, if we do that, we'll see nothing happens. So we have to set this to a pretty high number. If I just set it to 999, we'll see that something's happening. We're getting some form of a rotation. So we're actually going to set it to something stupid like 99999. Yes, 99,999. Now, when we go, something's happening. We're flipping around. But what seems to be happening is the entire world itself is also flipping around, which is strange. We don't exactly want that. And in this case, what's happening is the camera is flipping with us. So we have this entire thing for ourselves. This is us with a camera. It's all rotating around, and we're now looking at the backside of the world. That's why it's black. I have no environment facing this way. It's only on this way. This can be fixed quickly by selecting spring arm and scrolling. Okay, there it is, transform. We want to set this to a world. The rotation is relative to the world. So it will no longer be affected by anything going on within our character. This is an absolute. This will always face in this direction. Cool, now he's flipping. This is great. Mine is face the wrong direction. This is just how the animation itself is made. So I can just flip it around. Oh, that's right. I need to... I guess if it's in that. Yep, there we go. Bring him back over. Boom. And there we have it. Perfect. Everything works as we would like. That will be all for this video. In the next video, we will be covering things that are referred to as jumps. This will solve this problem. We're getting this error because just in a flash, we started falling. Within our animation blueprint, the expectation is that we start within the idle. So things are getting confused in here, and there's a very easy solution using things called jumps, but we will cover that in the next video. Thank you for watching, and if you have any questions, feel free to ask.